Unbelievable. Can you believe it? Because I was there in the stadium and I still can't. We did it. Pakistan did it. Now, let's talk about how we did it. In a very short space of time, Stephen Constantine completely transformed the defense of this team. This is the hallmark of any good manager. When faced with a difficult situation where there is very little time, they focus on making the team difficult to beat and hard to play through. The coach instilled into the team the ideas of defensive compactness, which refers to staying narrow when not in possession, maintaining shape so to not allow opposition passes to penetrate the center, while also focusing on winning the second balls after a long ball has been played. All this was supported by Pakistan's dominance in the air, which was down to our players being physically taller than their opponents, while also focusing on transitioning rapidly once winning the ball. In our Cambodia analysis before these two games, I talked about how Cambodia committed too many men forward when in attack, thus leaving themselves vulnerable to counters. This is exactly what Pakistan chose to focus on. And all of this was helped by the leadership and experience of our two centre-backs Isa Suleiman and Abdullah Iqbal. It was very interesting that the coach went with the same lineup in both the games. This meant that he was happy with how the team had done in the first leg. And of course, why wouldn't he be? It was Pakistan's first clean sheet in a very long time. But let's talk about this 11 that he chose. Even though it meant leaving some very technically good players like Abdul Samad and Harun Hamid on the bench, he was happy starting with local players Shaikh Dost and Muin Ahmed, both of whom performed very admirably in both legs. Shaikh especially, his defensive work rate was immense. Just goes to show how they had earned the trust of Stephen Constantine. Pakistan often switched between a 4-4-2 and a 4-4-1-1 when not in possession, which you can see here. And I can't believe I'm saying this, finally, about a Pakistani football team, but this defensive shape and structure is very professional. Look at the defensive line moving side to side as one. Everyone is moving and shifting together as one unit, as one block. That is what you call playing together as a team. If there's one small criticism I would have of our defensive structure, and I'm really nitpicking here, that would be the positioning of our two forwards. Fareed and Waheed were almost always caught beyond the ball. They were never in a position where the ball was in front of them. This was due to the pass they chose to prevent. The choices they made while pressing made it too easy for Cambodia to build out and reach our half. In the second leg, our structure was the same, with Fareed and Waheed leading the press while occasionally filling in midfield to prevent any passes from being played through. By the way, thanks to PTV for this 4K video that we are getting to see right now. If you remember, I identified the Cambodian number 5 as a threat due to his impressive ball-playing capabilities from the back. Here he is in action again, but the Pakistan defensive structure stays organized and unrelenting. The moments in which Cambodia did find a way through, we did not lose focus and recovered our positions and forced them to start again. This organizational skill was coming from the two centre-backs, Isa and Abdullah. Watching the match live, it was even more evident how influential those two were, as they kept encouraging and motivating their teammates while also reminding them of their defensive duties whenever anyone would step out of line. Another thing I specifically want to mention is the defensive work rate of Shaikh Dost. Time after time, he followed his marker till the goal line and prevented potentially dangerous situations. His work rate, stamina, concentration levels, they were all insane in this game. One of the unsung stars over two legs. Speaking of the Cambodian number 5, here is a terrific pass he played in the first half of the second leg. If you can't tell, I'm a huge fan. The most danger Pakistan faced was when they failed to remain compact through the middle. Here you can even see Rais Nabi waving his arms as to ask, where did the defensive shape go? Now let's talk about long balls and how they are better than tiki-taka. I'm just kidding. Long balls have a time and a moment, and this was its moment. Stephen Constantine understood the strengths and weaknesses of his players and realized they cannot play out from the back. So he adapted and coached the team into using the advantage of being taller and physically stronger than Cambodia through the use of second balls. As you can see here, one of our best chances in the first leg came as a result of a second ball or a long ball tactic. Second balls is a tactic used everywhere in the world by many top level teams. The biggest characteristic of this strategy is creating a sort of a fall net around the place where the ball is about to land. I learned about this tactic and strategy in Spain and how the second ball tactic is called La Red de Caída in Spanish, which roughly translates to fall net in English. At least one player is positioned in each direction of where the ball is going to land in order to maximize the chances of your team winning the second ball when it comes down to the ground. Pakistan exploded in the second half at Jinnah Stadium and really should have put the game beyond Cambodia. This was all down to the two masterful substitutions made by Stephen Constantine, bringing on two attack-minded left-footed players in Abdul Samad and Harun Hamid for Muin and the misfiring Wahid. It looked like he gave Harun a free role to drift wherever he saw a weakness, while Samad operated mostly from Muin's right wing. These two creative players changed the game and won Pakistan the qualifier. It was one of the most exhilarating moments of my life to be in the stands at Jinnah Stadium and watch history being made in front of our eyes. I hope to one day be able to play my own role in helping Pakistani football improve, progress and succeed, whether it be as a coach or a match analyst. I leave you with this raw footage from the stands as the referee blew the final whistle. Me and most people around me were in tears. A huge thank you to the players and everyone involved in making this a reality.